Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case it's your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe, and you can also turn on the notification bell that tells you when next I upload a new video. So from the title of the video, you already have an idea of what this video is about, but I think I should just give a background to the reason why I decided to come and talk about this in this video. So it is inspired by my own personal life and how I've had times people chat me up and ask me how I'm able to do everything I do, how I'm able to balance it, and how how do you just juggle all of these things together and you still remain very sane. Trust me, it takes a lot of work, and I'm just here to share some of the things that has helped me and to also explain some of those things that I have tried to juggle together, just to give you an idea and to know if this video is for you or if you can share it to somebody that you think needs to see this. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a corporate person, like I'm a consultant, and I'm also a businesswoman. So how am I able to juggle those four things together, and how am I able to put a balance to it and all that? The first thing I need to say is this video is about me personally. Like I said, it is not going to be, I'm not here to shade anybody. I'm not here to tell you whether you're not doing things right. I'm not here to tell you whether you're not being the best mother, or you're not being the best wife, or you're not being the best employee, or you're not being the best businesswoman. This is just me sharing some of my personal struggles and how I'm able to get past the struggles and all of that, and just still be as productive as I should be. So first thing is, I asked myself, why is this balance very important? And one of the first things on my list says to stay sane, like to keep my mental health healthy. That's the first reason why I see the importance of balance. And I'm sure we know that mental health is a video on its own, and maybe one of these days I'll come and share what I feel about mental health. But I have always made my mental health a priority, and so in everything I do, if it is going to disturb my mental health, I don't even bother. Number 2 on my list says to increase productivity. Now there's no point being jack of all trades and being a master of none. Like, even if you want to try and do 4 things, 5 things, and juggle those things together, you have to make sure that you're actually making sense out of those things that you are doing. It's like, if the rest are not making sense, there's no point putting all your energy and nothing is coming out of it, right? Number 3, it helps you to become a more rounded individual. Like, imagine you knowing how to do so many things and knowing how to actually do them so well. It just gives you a sense of fulfillment, And then the last thing on my list says you only have one life to live, so why not make the best out of this one life that you have to live? So that's just talking about why balance is very important, right? So now I'm going to be talking about how I actually am able to balance all of these things. The first thing is setting my priorities. Every single day I ask myself, what do I have to do, and then I list them in the order of priority, most important, least important, something like that. At the end of the day, I take an account of everything that I have done in the day, and I see what was I able to achieve, what wasn't I able to achieve, what do I need to push to the next day, and all of that. So taking stock, very important. Number 3, planning to do things in advance. A lot of people struggle with this. What I want to do in another 1 month, except if it's something that came up impromptu, I already know it today, and I'm working towards making sure that by the time I eventually have to take an account of that thing, I have done everything I need to do. The Bible says, who wants to build a house and will not sit down first and count the cost and see if it's going to be worth it or not? So why would I want to do something in a month's time and I'm not already planning it today? So that's just being biblical. Then, if you can negotiate flex hours, negotiate flex hours. Like I said, I'm a consultant. I'm an employee, meaning I work for somebody. I also have my own business that I run, and I also have my own fronts that I have to take care of, right? So now there was a time I had to stop working just because I knew that if I'm working, my family will suffer, like my kids and all of that will suffer because of the type of job that I was doing. So I had to stop that work until I am able to sort out the family aspect, and then I asked myself, am I ready now to go back to work? I also looked at the type of work I will be doing. I factored in the location, I factored in the stress, I factored in every single thing that I need to take into account. So, and coincidentally, even the job I do right now, I know I talked about it in maybe my like 2-3 videos before this one. I talked about how I was even able to negotiate the flexible work hours and all of that, and this helps me to be able to make sure that my work actually doesn't suffer and my family doesn't suffer and all of that. So if you can negotiate that, all the best. Then sharing with others. They say that when people get married, they forget their single friends and things like that. I can totally relate to that. It's not like I forget all of that, but if you cannot really understand my situation, you will take some things personal. So when I have to share things that have to do with family, I will not be sharing it with somebody that cannot even relate to what I'm saying. I'd rather share with somebody that can relate with it and then can give me tips on maybe what she has tested and has worked for her, or we can say, oh, why not see how we can collaborate and do these things better. So if I'm not sharing anything that has to do with family with a single friend, I think the single friend should actually understand that. Then building some rituals in your life, that is very important. So before COVID and all that, we had things that when it comes to my family, we decide that, oh, this is the day we have to do this is the day we have to do that. So we have those kind of rituals, and I make sure that every other thing that I have to do doesn't affect those rituals. Like if we say, oh, on Sundays we actually eat out, or on Saturdays sometimes you say, okay, we want to take the kids out and all of that. So building rituals actually helps you to, is also part of you planning things ahead. So you already know that if you have to do anything else, except if it is very urgent, it will not affect that timetable that you have already scheduled for some of those things to happen. Then taking time out for yourself. I cannot overemphasize this. I think I have a whole video on that already. If you have not seen it, I'll probably put a link in the description box below. Now, taking time out of yourself helps you to be able to look back, take account, re-strategize, and actually rest. I don't joke with that. If it takes me actually leaving the environment of my house, of my home, and going somewhere else just to have this time off, trust me, I'll take it. If it means actually just spending time with friends and just talking about things and trying to encourage each other, I don't joke with things like that. You need to take time out for yourself. Exercise is also on my list. I know that a lot of people know why exercise is very important. It's not just about losing weight, and finding time to have fun and be there for the moment when it comes to your kids. There are a whole lot. I really can't just talk about this in one video without the video being too long. But like I said, you have to find a balance in your life so that you can make sure that you're actually being productive. One of the other things that I wrote on my list is the fact that make sure that whatever it is that you are doing is actually bringing you happiness, is bringing you fulfillment, it is your passion. People always say if you do what you love to do, whether or not you are getting paid for it, you would still enjoy doing it regardless, and you will put everything that you need to put into it. I'm going to drop this book now just so that I can talk through it. It is not a bad thing when you have to juggle 4-5 things together. There are a lot of people that have like serial entrepreneurs, they have 5 businesses. Even though somebody will tell you, oh, it's not good to be a jack of one trade, you have to create a niche, you have to do that. Trust me, you can actually do 5 things. You can have 5 different types of businesses, and you can be productive in every one of them. It is not a sin. God has given everybody different talents. I'm going to leave a scripture passage about talents in the Bible. There was a master who had 3 servants. He gave each of those servants different talents according to their abilities. And the one that had 5 was able to multiply it by 2, and he was able to make 10 things out of the talents he was given. The one that was given 2 talents was able to double it and make 4 out of it. And then the one that was given just 1 talent, remember they were all given according to their abilities, did nothing with it, buried the talent instead and said, he doesn't want anything to happen to the talent when the master comes, so that when that one asks for the talent, he will give him. He even said that he knows that his master likes to reap where he did not. So because of that, he did not do anything with it. And I believe that we are all on this earth for a purpose, and for every ability that God has given to us. It is not the same thing he gave to Mr. A that he gave to Mr. B. If God has given you power to be able to manage 10 businesses, please do whatever you can do with those 10 businesses and do it well. If God has only given you one, don't envy somebody that has 20 and then say, oh, this person is just trying to show off. It's not your business. You don't know what God gave the person. So if God has given me an ability to be able to do many things at a time, why would I now say, oh, I want to be able to focus on one thing and then bury the rest of those talents? Like, when God comes and asks me to give an account of my life, what am I going to tell him? I didn't just come to this world to be a wife. I didn't just come to this world to be a mother. I didn't just come to this world to just work for somebody the rest of my life. No, I also have passion. I also have things that I feel like, oh, I have talents to do this, or I am passionate about doing this, and I think I can do that. God has given everybody different talents according to their ability, and your sole purpose should be trying to discover those talents and maximizing it to the best of your ability, right? So as against trying to do what somebody else is doing, or envying somebody else, or telling somebody why the person should not be doing what the person is doing, why not focus on discovering what was given to you and what that ability is, and then doing what that is, so that at the end of the day, when you have to give account, you will not be telling God, oh, you didn't know what to do with it and then you buried it. So like I said, I just wanted to share this video to encourage somebody that whatever it is that you are doing, know that you are doing it for yourself. Make sure it's something that you are being passionate about. Make sure that you have ways that you can even take stock and account of these things to know whether it's what you really should be channeling your energy on, or you should just move on to something else. Give yourself goals, set target, tell yourself, in another 2 months, this thing I'm doing, where do I want it to be? What do I see? What progress do I see? In another 6 months, what progress would I have seen? And everything you'll be doing every single day is just to make sure that that goal that you have set for yourself, you are able to achieve it, right? So that's my motivation, really. I don't want to come here and then leave this earth, and at the end of the day, I cannot tell God, this is what I did with my life. I didn't just come to this world just to pass through and then die and then do nothing, really. So that's my motivation, and that's why I'm sharing this to encourage somebody. If you can relate with this, you can drop the comments in comment section, and if there's something else you would like me to talk about, I'll gladly come here and talk about it. Like, I'm still thinking I'll come and share something on mental health and all that, because mental health is a very sensitive issue and it's a whole video on its own. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have still not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. This particular video is all over the place because there's a lot of distraction right now, but because it is something I really wanted to do today, I just had to get it done, right? So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.